Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I want to talk about the Dallas Mavericks. It's honestly been hard thinking of content right now, just because it's very down. The stuff to talk about besides the NBA Summer League, and not everyone watches the Summer League. So I want to talk about Jason Kidd and his fit with the Dallas Mavericks, like what I expect after this offseason. And we're just gonna here's my in-depth analysis of Jason Kidd. I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. What do you guys think of this? Any thoughts about Jason Kidd or the Dallas Mavericks? Let me hear in the comment section, or any video ideas you have. I would greatly appreciate those. Yeah, so it's also my day off, so I'm just enjoying it. Let's just look at this. I want to talk about Jason Kidd before we even talk about this roster. Jason Kidd has been coaching since 2014, when he coached the Brooklyn Nets to 44 wins and 38 losses. And they won 5 playoff games and lost 7. He then went on to coach the Bucks for 4 seasons, 3 full seasons, and half of a season, technically 45 games into a season. And during that time, he had a decent run with the Milwaukee Bucks, going 139 and 152, almost 500. And he coached them in 12 games. Now, let's just talk about his pace. If you combine all 5 years of him coaching, his pace would be 94.08. With the Brooklyn Nets in 2013 to 2014, his team's pace was 91.4. I know you could say the NBA was different. In 2015 to 2016, their pace was 94.2. In 2016 to 2017, 94.5. And in 2017 to 2018, it went up to 96.2. So what I take from here, and he also went with his time. He coached a few Lakers games together. He had 12 wins and 3 losses in the 15 games he coached, and he won 4 playoff games because 4 of those games were in the playoffs. What I've taken from Jason Kidd is, look, Jason Kidd might not be the best offensive coach in the world. None of his teams really, besides the Brooklyn Nets team, which was carried by, it wasn't like, look, his last 2 years in Milwaukee, he had a good offensive team. Like the last year, 2017-2018, they were 9th, but I wouldn't give that 100% credit to Jason Kidd. That could be Joe Prunty. But over here in 2016-2017, he had an offensive rating of 109.1, and that was higher than his second highest of 106.7 with the Brooklyn Nets. I think here he allows players he's going to coach a very team-friendly ball movement with heavy offensive, heavy outside play, not a lot of inside play. I think it's going to run through Luka Doncic, Tim Hardaway, and I think a lot of the guards are going to get more options. I really think Kristaps is just going to continue to not be used, especially unless Jason Kidd just sees a way to use Kristaps. I really see Reggie Bullock and Tim Hardaway Jr., Luka Doncic, even Maxi Kleber to be scoring more, Trey Burke to be scoring more. I think we'll see more of Jalen Bronson, Josh Green, even Tyrell Terry, Dorian Finney-Smith. All those guys will be told to play outside, while I think, Willie Cauley-Stein, Dwight Powell, Boban Marjanovic, maybe if they keep Moses Brown. I saw a trade where it was that they were waiting for Moses Brown to be settled, that they were going to trade Moses Brown to somebody. I can't even remember who they were saying a Moses Brown trade, but it was a good idea. And when I look at this team, I really think it's going to be a lot more perimeter oriented, and I think that definitely could definitely help. All right, so yeah, okay. So supposedly there's a Moses Brown Goran Dragic trade that the Raptors and Mavs are waiting for Moses Brown and Goran Dragic to settle, and then they're going to trade Dwight Powell, Moses Brown for Goran Dragic, which I would really like that deal. And continues my thought that this is going to be a very perimeter-based team playing in transition. Kristaps is going to be playing center with Dwight Powell, Willie Cauley-Stein, Boban Marjanovic, And if they do bring in Goran Dragic, the point guard position, Luka Doncic with Tim Hardaway running the backcourt. Small forward is probably going to be Reggie Bullock, power forward Dorian Finney-Smith next to Kristaps in the rotation of center by committee. Then the backup power forward, I expect, behind Dorian Finney-Smith, Maxi Kleber, and, you keep running the center by committee back up, and then you run out there, hopefully Josh Green, Tyrell Terry, and Sterling Brown are ready to play. You have Trey Burke. I like that. I think they're going to be a lot of transition, a lot of, versatility switching players. Because we remember Jason Kidd was ahead of his time with his switch everything defense, which is something a lot of teams do now. He was just ahead of it and didn't have the players to do it. So I expect him to potentially continue with that heavy switch, team. So I want to hear your guys' opinions down below. What do you guys think Jason Kidd is going to continue doing? I think it's definitely going to be a lot more interesting than people are expecting. I think this team is not going to be a lot. It's going to be different than what a lot of people were expecting. So I think Jason Kidd, Luka Doncic is going to be an MVP candidate this year, and I fully expect him. He's probably going to win it, okay? If we're going to be honest, this cat's probably going to win MVP next year, especially with Jason Kidd being his coach, and I believe he's going to put him in a position to succeed. It's definitely going to be interesting, though, with Jason Kidd there, because I'm a Jason Kidd fan, and I think he's going to put everything in the tools to make Luka Doncic succeed. We saw, you can credit Giannis becoming the player he is today because of Jason Kidd. I think Jason Kidd had a big factor in there. Even if you disagree, he's the one who started running Giannis at the point guard position. So right there, you could say he did have a big part. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think of this team? Do you think they're in a position to have success? I think it's definitely an interesting situation that they're in, but yeah. That's basically it for me. Guys, I didn't really know what to talk about. This might be my only video today, unless I find another idea. I'm pretty beat on ideas today. Powerade, whoever wants to sponsor me, I would take a Powerade sponsorship in a heartbeat. I love Powerade so much. This one flavor of Powerade is better than all other Gatorade flavors, but every other Gatorade flavor is better than every other Powerade flavor. But Gatorade's way too sweet. Gatorade's way too sweet.